Not taking the Jeep. And the radio shorted out. Made an amazing noise. Sound like a dying cat. Wait. It's making noise again. Radio's shorting out again. This is awesome. There's plenty of room for another car right about there. We'll just put it right there. All right, that's enough prep work. It's time to embark and go get this thing and show you what we got.
Why?
I remember that law.
It's Elizabeth Ave.
I remember that law.
You can't park on
The one that we got cited for?
They tried to. No, I didn't incite us. They called us out on a forum and said because my mom was working for the township, she was blah 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 blah.
I've seen your user ID.
Dad was doxing people before it was cool.
Yeah. You guys only invented the word. I was born in it, molded by it. What? I don't want to get tagged for copyright.
Nope.
I didn't take a video of the drive because the drive is a pain. And I don't want anybody to see what we're getting because that wouldn't be cool.
Oh, he does have a truck.
Yeah, see? It's got a nice truck. Got a nice pile of stuff.
I spy with my little eye something new and red.
All right, so here's the reveal. Obviously, my wife already did the eye spy, whatever. Boom. Jeep Commander.
Commander, I think you should hear this.
Pradesh Tim,
Commander.
Lo Tanug,
Commander,
Nageb. Enter the lair of the Leviathan.
Commander,
There you will find the path to the gateway.
Commander.
Yes, Mrs. Packard, what is it?
I'm picking up something on the hydrophone I think you should hear.
Put it on speakers. What is it, a pot of whales?
Bigger.
It sounds metallic.
2006, 4.7 liter. It's not the Quadra drive. I think that's probably the only thing about it that really kind of upsets me. But you know what? It's lifted. It's got the 2-inch pucks on it. BF Goodrich all-terrains, the Jeep premium wheels. I am very happy. I just drove it home. Of course, the check engine light came on like 2 minutes after we got out of the parking lot. But yeah, she'll do. She's a runner. Now let's be fully honest here. It's got 175,000 miles on it. This fender is clearly repainted, but I don't want to know. I probably don't want to know. There's probably wrecked in the front. $2,600, and we're just gonna beat on it. We're gonna have fun with it and see what the hell we can do. I mean, I got check engine lights, I got oil lights. Gotta think of a name. If any of you got any ideas on a good name for this, pop down in the comments below. Tell me what you think. It needs to be washed. This thing is disgusting. I think I'm gonna bust out the pressure washer real quick and just pressure wash the shit out of it and get all the garbage off. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take the grill off, and we're gonna, because it's got the black headlights, so we're gonna paint the grill black. I think that goes with the fender flares that are already, excuse me,
Disgusting!
that are already done up with body bed liner. And then we're gonna do the Commander strip with bed liner too, because why the hell not? This is the last stop for this vehicle before it hits the junkyard. At this point, it's got 175,000 miles on it, so it's either me or the salvage yard. And then we can change out these for LEDs, because that's always a nice, quick, easy upgrade. What do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're 194 style, so definitely have those hanging out. I just got to figure out how to get them out of the socket, so I probably have to pull the whole thing out and the bulb inserts from the back. That is quite easy. I have plenty of those to go around. What are we doing?
Transfer tape, vinyl of my Instagram handle for my Jeep at XJ_Ramona plug.
Don't do plugs here.
Too bad.
Actually, no, it's part of Manley Machines. So
Too late.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not mean, and we're gonna do a fancy schmancy one.
Have craft will travel.
Then do you know if we have a Manly mod sticker laying around somewhere?
I forgot to add a little section of me driving this. This thing is slow. It gets terrible gas mileage. This is the 4.7 liter, and 235 horsepower is kind of weak when it comes to power output. Not very impressed, but I'll tell you what, this thing feels like a tank. Honestly, I feel like with a push bar in here, I can drive through almost anything. And now I can't imagine that the Grand Cherokee feels the same way from the same year, although they are built on the same platform. I've driven the Grand Cherokee, and I can't say that I've ever felt like the Grand Cherokee was such a robust vehicle, but this thing feels robust. I mean, this thing feels like a tank. We've had Expeditions, I've had Suburban, a Tahoe, and this thing feels like it could mow through all of them, even though it's obviously not as large as a Expedition or a Tahoe or a Yukon. It does feel significantly beefier than most of the vehicles that I have driven recently. What would a Jeep be without a check engine light on? I believe that's for knock sensors, but I think maybe there was a transmission code. I'm not noticing any problems with the transmission, but I think there was one pending. So anyway, this is our new vehicle for the channel. Looking forward to setting up an overland rig. This 4.7 needs a set of knock sensors, came with the car, and they are not an easy job to do. I've also had to turn off the TPMS sensors using this VGate. Can easily be found on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below. And I'm using the JSCAN app, which specifically features this vehicle and other popular Jeeps. And you can change a couple things in the computer, like turning off your TPMS, because these tire pressure sensors, they're intermittent. I've checked the pressures over and over and over, and I'm not about to replace all these sensors. But you can have it set up so the fog lights stay on while you turn the high beams on. And a couple other things that the JSCAN app does very well. And as you'll see, I've added a Tautronics Bluetooth, because this has this terrible stereo. Do not get into the minutia of trying to change out this stereo, because it is damn near impossible to find a wiring adapter that goes in the back of this, and I'm not spending the time. Right now, Bluetooth to this comes through these terrible speakers with no problem. Again, this is a cheap vehicle. We are gonna start cheap. First couple of upgrades started with I LED everything, and these aren't the blues. These are cool whites. I added these because it was very dim in here. I got to do the lower one down there, but you know, it's a Commander. This is a cheap vehicle. This is where I hate this thing. They didn't think about rear seats. When you sit here, and this is barely the width of a person's leg, so I don't know why they thought this was a good idea, but then they got smart and decided that they were going to throw a row behind this, which is quite ridiculous to think that you were going to even have someone sit in this row back here. It's just silly. I'm going to take these out in the next couple of days because they don't need to be in here. It's 3 bolts, out they come. I understand they're about 100 pounds, so that's not bad. My deck lid light was missing, so I installed these. They make a lot of light back here, which is going to be good because once we start getting into it and put a rack on the top, we'll do the awning. I haven't decided if I'm going to do rack or rooftop tent, or try to do sleeping quarters in here once we put these seats down. It gets pretty flat. When we take these seats out, can we build a platform across the top that gives us enough room? Pretty steady. I mean, it's not the greatest motor in the world. The AC gets cold. Can't beat that. Honestly, it runs pretty smooth for 175,000 miles. It doesn't really burn a lot of oil. Valve cover gaskets are shot. Ugh. Okay, so the AC's a little noisy at first. We're not gonna hate on it. Headlights are already upgraded to the black headlights. Look at that. And that's our Commander. I've always wanted one of these, and now I have one, and I promptly hate it, but... And one last thing. If you want to save 100 pounds off the back of your Commander, Take out your third row. My gosh. I couldn't believe how heavy it was. You know, you read the stories and people are like, oh, it weighs about 100, 105 pounds. I hurt myself taking that out. Holy cow. Look at that bottom rail. Well, that'll be it. Okay. Whew. I think I need a drink.